Hi guys, please like and subscribe.
Alright, so I decided that instead of taking one episode per video, I'm going to be doing, catching up, except the pilot, the first and last episode will be separate. But in the between, I'm going to be going episode through episode. In one video, it'll go much faster, I'll catch up, and it'll be way better. So right now, I'm going to start with episode 9, and I'm going to go all the way through 15, because I ended at 8 last time. So, in episode 9, the man in the yellow suit, we see that the man that killed, the metahuman that killed Barry's mother, just killed two guards at Mercury Labs. Because he just returns. He just completely returns and he kills two guards at Mercury Labs. And he goes in search of the company's work and looking for tachyon particles. And when he looks for tachyon particles, he just kills the people. Now he sees the man in yellow, Barry. He chases him all around town. There's a really high speed fight all around the city. Now the man in yellow, the man in the yellow suit tells the Flash that they know each other before he leaves. And in the meantime, Eddie asks Iris to move in with him. And then we see that Ronnie, who died in the particle accelerator, is just revealed. It's revealed in the show that he is still alive. He survived the particle accelerator explosion. So who will this guy be? It looks like it could be Firestorm, from the comics, who was in like a lot of stuff. It was cool. And what is it? He doesn't remember nothing, but he does have the ability to burst into flames, like Firestorm. That's why I said that. And uh so when they use the particle accelerated stuff, like the tachyon technology, he uses it, the tachyon particle technology, they use it to make a trap for the man in the yellow suit, to lure him into a trap. So he escapes and he attacks Dr. Wells and the police. And so then right after that, he fights with Barry again, and Ronnie appears. He just comes in out of nowhere, blasts him with flames before they both leave. Ronnie is mysterious in there. He just leaves. So does Reverse Flash. Uh, Later, Dr. Wells, he goes. Now this is the thing. He goes in his room, his secret room, and we see the same yellow suit that the man had that he captured. The man in yellow. When he stole the tachyon technology thing, he puts it on the chest of his suit right there. He puts it on there. Who I'm thinking that this is probably Harrison Wells, but how did he do that? I mean, how is he there? He was there. He could probably be like going really fast, going back and forth, and he was beating him up, so he had to be there. But that's kind of confusing, but it could work. So I'm thinking that the man in the yellow suit is Harrison Wells, the Reverse Flash. So this is episode 10 of the Flash season 1, Revenge of the Rogues. Now while Barry is working to improve his speed, like he's using lots of different kinds of exercises to make him go faster to catch the Reverse Flash, and Leonard Snart comes back to Central City as Captain Cold, but he also gets his cold gun and a new partner. His name is Mick Rory, who in the comics and in the show is probably gonna be Heatwave. And they try to set a trap for the Flash, and Barry finds out his plan, and he does agree with Dr. Wells to not engage Snart in a fight, because last time someone got hurt, and he does not want anyone to get hurt this time. So when the Flash does not come up, like he doesn't try to fight him, Leonard Snart and Mick Rory, who now has a gun, who can emit, fire like heat wave. He now has that kind of gun. They kidnap Caitlin to get Barry out of hiding, so they come to him. Cisco and Barry realize that if they can get Snart and Rory, if they can shoot themselves, like their guns crossing their guns back, it would cancel the two guns out. So the Flash meets Snart. They meet both of them in the city, and it's an awesome showdown. So when it does that though, it exposes himself to the media. Everyone's there. And what is it? Uh, After lots of times that he failed, he does eventually get them to cross the guns, the fire and ice to cross, which cancels both of the guns out. And and he does that, he helps Eddie. So he successfully changes the weapons, and he disassembling the criminal pair. Although they're probably gonna work together in future times. But while they go to transport, they're going to Iron Heights prison. Snart and Rory they're broken out by guess who? Snart's sister. And in the meantime, Caitlin investigates the cause of Ronnie's transformation, how he turned into Heat Wave in the last episode that I told you not that long ago. So they're investigating all this stuff. It's gonna be good. So now I'm gonna move on to episode 11. It's called The Sound and the Fury. This show is coming out to be really good. I can't wait to see the Reverse Flash and more action. So this is episode 11, The Sound and Fury. So while he's home, Dr. Wells, he receives a call from, we don't see who, but it's unidentified person, and he uses his super speed because all of a sudden the glass ceiling falls on top of him, and he uses his super speed to get out of the way. So he tells Barry and the team that the guy that did that was Hartley Rathaway. And what is it? Hartley begins attacking his family's business with sonic blasts and stuff. So when he arrives to stop him, he reveals that he knows the secret that Dr. Wells is hiding. So Dr. Wells says that Hartley warned him that the particle accelerator could explode, but Wells chose to risk it for the rewards and the stuff. So Cisco finds out that Hartley intentionally got caught so he could steal information from Star Labs that he would allow him to identify the frequency of Barry's molecules, so he can kill him and use all that stuff because he uses like sonic waves. So Barry does find a trap, and he does a trap for Hartley, which starts shredding Barry's organs. Now, Dr. Wells, he taps into a satellite. He sends a frequency to disable Hartley's weapons because they're like sound blasts, like how I explained to you that Aquaman uses that thing with his staff, the trident. Well, it's sound blasts that he does. So later, Joe has Eddie start an investigation into Dr. Wells because Dr. Wells is acting suspicious. Hartley said he's hiding something, so that's why Eddie and Joe are now making an investigation into Dr. Wells. So Hartley, in prison, back in the particle accelerator, he says to Cisco that he knows where Ronnie is. So of course Caitlin and everyone's gonna start trying to look for him. So in his secret room, Dr. Wells uses the tachyon technology to temporarily recharge his Speed Force energy. He's recharging his Speed Force. This is confirmed. This is the Reverse Flash. So, yeah, I'm kind of going through this fast, but I'm catching up. The next episode is 12, episode 12, Crazy for You. Who will this be? Don't know. But I'm gonna be doing it right now. Just wait, because right now it's episode 12, Crazy for You. So, why is this episode 12 titled Crazy for You? Well, a woman with the ability to teleport anywhere, any location, she can, breaks into Iron Heights prison. So where Barry's dad is being held, and she goes to free her boyfriend Clay Parker, and Barry finds DNA all over the scene when he was analyzing at Star Labs. So the team identifies the woman as Shauna Baez. I don't know how to say that last name, but Shauna something. Sounded weird. To help Barry, Henry Allen, his father, he tracks down leads in Iron Heights and finds out that Clay owed money to a crime boss, kind of like Jabba the Hutt and Han Solo. Who was also planning a heist. So Barry learns the location of the heist, finding Shauna and Clay. They're robbing an armored truck. Yeah, they're robbing a truck. They're robbers. So Barry captures Shauna. Barry is able to capture Shauna after removing all the lights in the tunnel because she can't teleport anywhere that she can't see nothing. Like Black, kind of like Nightcrawler, but not exactly. So, effectively making her unable to teleport. She can't teleport without being able to see, like what I just said. And Cisco goes to Hartley to find out more about Ronnie. So, of course, remember he told him that he knows where Ronnie is. So Hartley reveals that Dr. Martin Stein, who developed the research into a Firestorm project, Firestorm, again, the word, focused on transmuting elements, like burning stuff. That's what Firestorm does. And he was at Star Labs the day of the explosion. So Harley reveals that during the explosion, Ronnie and Dr. Stein merged. They merged together during the explosion because of the explosion. So before he escapes Cisco's custody, later Barry and his father, they discussed the Flash, with Henry saying that he thinks that Barry is the Flash. He thinks that, and it's true, yeah, but he's just saying that he knows, and he thinks that Barry is the Flash. Barry's trying to act cool about it. He's trying not to tell him to know. He doesn't want him to know. He doesn't want a lot of people to know, or anyone really, except his team, Harrison Wells, and all those people. So somewhere else, two city workers underground, they're attacked by a gorilla, and that gorilla name just so happens to be Grodd. Grodd attacks them. That's the end of this episode. It's cool because we see Grodd in action again. But to put gorillas in there, like that CG and stuff, is kind of expensive. Really expensive. Anyways, the next episode, episode 13, The Nuclear Man. Probably Firestorm and stuff. We're going to see some more Firestorm action. Episode 13 coming right now. So this episode's name, episode 13, The Nuclear Man. So the team attempts to track Ronnie where he is after he injures a scientist. And knowing that Dr. Stein is also in control of Ronnie's body, they use his wife to talk the merged people and to try and come back to the lab for testing. So Joe wants Cisco's help to identify who murdered Barry's mother. So Cisco discovers a mirror after he kind of feels threatened by the idea of it, but he does go back to it. He finds a mirror in the home that captured images from the night of the murder. Like, it stayed on there going so fast it imprinted images into the mirror, which is kind of crazy how fast they were going, if they could do that. So Joe finds blood from the two people behind some wallpaper. He finds out that there was two people in the home. Now Joe he asked Cisco to compare the blood to Dr. Wells. No, I mean, this is where he really gets threatened by it. Cisco does not think that Dr. Wells is involved. He kind of gets mad and really threatened by the idea of it. So Dr. Wells finds out that Ronnie and Dr. Stein's atoms are in conflict, and if it continues like to do that, it will become nuclear, like a bomb. So it'll explode. So Dr. Wells, he finds out that a component of the tachyon device, recharging his speed that he is doing, could be converted into a quantum spicer to stabilize the body and separate the two people. Because if it continues to be together, the two people being merged together in one body, it would make nuclear explosion. So it'd be a big explosion, a nuclear one. That would be hard for Barry to run out of anyways. It will be like bigger than the girl in episode 5, Plastique, a bigger explosion than that. So Dr. Snow, Caitlin, uses the device, and the fused body still goes nuclear, but safely away from the city. Like, away from the city. The explosion does alert General Eiling, who orders a team to recover Firestorm. The Firestorm project, it was a project that they were doing that somehow I got them together. So Cisco runs the blood and informs Joe. He tells Joe that while neither is from Dr. Wells, one is from an adult Flash, meaning that they could go back in time the Flash could go back in time to that house. Kind of weird. So it's really weird what they're doing here. Episode 14, Fallout, it's coming up right now. The season's getting really good. It's gonna be awesome. So this episode is 14 Fallouts. That's the name of it. So Barry and Caitlin, they investigate the explosion that happened with Ronnie and Dr. Stein, and they find out that they have separated. Now General Eiling investigates the crater, the big gigantic crater that was left by Firestorm's explosion, and realizes the separation. Now Joey shows Barry the image from the night his mother was killed, and Barry learns that a future version of himself, which was what I was saying, was trying to save his mother. So Barry talks to Dr. Stein and learns about the possibility of time travel. And he's like, it could happen, and he does like a lot of stuff. So Dr. Wells does visit General Eiling, who reveals that he knows Barry is the Flash and that he wants the Firestorm project. Dr. Wells gives up Dr. Stein, who is tortured by Eiling. He's tortured. He's like beaten up and stuff, and he's like there's lots of stuff that are going on this episode, and it's really cool. Ronnie shows up to save him. Ronnie and Dr. Stein reunite to survive the military onslaught of a lot of people, and they merge properly this time. So you see like a lot of stuff, and it's really cool because it does look like the Firestorm in the comics. It's really awesome. So the two work together to control Firestorm, the Matrix within them, gaining enough control to be able to merge and separate whenever they want. It's really cool. Now they decide to leave Central City to stay ahead of Eiling and learn more about their new powers, like their fire stuff. The Reverse Flash kidnaps Eiling and brings him to the sewers. He reveals himself to be Dr. Wells, again officially confirmed, and allows Grodd, the gorilla who was in the sewers last time, who is displaying psychotic abilities, meaning he could like talk through his minds and stuff. Now to drag Eiling deeper into the sewer. So now we know Grodd, a gorilla, is roaming the sewers. This is going to be a really awesome season. The last episode I'm doing for today, I'm going from 9 to 15. Episode 15, Out of Time, is right now. So this is episode 15, Out of Time. And it's a really good episode where Mark Martin returns to Central City to avenge the death of his brother, and he sets his sight on Joe. Now, Cisco, he's starting to believe that Joe was right about Wells. So he checks the containment field, he rechecks it, and that failed to hold the Reverse Flash, and he discovers that the Reverse Flash seen in the containment field was only a hologram. I told you something weird about that. Wells arrives and reveals himself to be Eobard Thawne. He comes, and a man from the future who came back in time to kill the Flash, and has since been stranded in the present day, like right here. He's been stranded. And he also explains that he is pushing Barry to get stronger so that he can use Barry's powers to return to his time in the future. And he murders Cisco with his hand, going really fast. He murders Cisco to protect his secret. So Mark kidnaps Joe and forces him to watch. He forces him to watch as Mark creates a tsunami in order to kill Iris. Now Barry does not. Everything's going bad for Barry. He reveals his secret identity to Iris just after she admits to romantic feelings for him. In order to save the city, Barry runs back and forth across the coastline to create a barrier against the tsunami so that it wouldn't come to the city. But he runs so fast, he creates a timeline thing. It's weird. He travels back in time. Like he runs so fast, he travels back in time to when Mark first returned to Central City. So all that stuff didn't happen. He went back in time to when he first returns to Central City, which is kind of weird. If you remember when he was running, he saw himself on the left, or like on the right, or I don't know where, but he saw himself there. Now that's probably where he comes back. He comes back to where Mark first returned to Central City. It's gonna be a lot of time travel. So now we know Flash can time travel in the show, which is awesome. There was possibility, and now it's confirmed. So guys, I'm gonna be doing up to 9 to 15. this is all I'm gonna be doing today. So I hope you enjoy this video. It's all I'm gonna be doing today. It's really good that I'm catching up fast, because one episode per video will take forever to do. But I already covered 7 more. Next time will probably be 7 more to 22, because I want the first episode and the last episode to be separate. So the last one will go from 16 to 22, which is 7, and yeah, that's 7, and then 23 will be separate, the finale. I'll probably do another show after, and then finish season 2 later. But I really want to catch up. I don't think I'm not ready. I don't know if I'm sure enough ready to be doing to already be caught up with it and doing videos. So that's all I have to say for this video, and bye.